What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys had a fantastic day today. And today we have the December 2022 Reno-Tahoe International Airport update for you guys. I really hope you guys are excited for today's videos. Today we have a very exciting Reno update in store for you guys. Plenty of consistency, but also some huge announcements to go over towards the end of the video. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video. And without any further delay, let's not waste any further time and get started as per usual over here with the Southwest Airlines section. Southwest has been doing super well here at Reno. They've been doing a fantastic job, and I'm really excited to dive into this and see what Southwest has going here at Reno today. Beginning right here, we have the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-700 in the Triple Crown 1 livery. Glad to get this one in here. Sometimes I overlook this one for whatever reason, but I'm glad to have it in here today. This guy's currently making the nonstop service today in from the Burbank International Airport, and this guy's going to have a continuing service today out to Orange County John Wayne Santa Ana International Airport. Very cool routes right there, and sometimes they're all over the place in terms of consistency, even though I just said the airport is pretty consistent, but that route particularly is a little all over the place, but you love to get to see that right there, and that's absolutely awesome. Loading up right here, I believe this is gate Bravo 3, I believe. This is the Southwest Airlines 737-800 in the absolutely beautiful Freedom 1 livery. This guy's currently loading up with a non-stop service today out to the Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. This guy came in earlier today from the most popular destination at Reno, and that's the Las Vegas Harry Reid International Airport. It's very surprising to me that Las Vegas is by far the most popular destination. It's only a 20-minute flight, but obviously there are so many connecting opportunities for passengers with Southwest Airlines and various others at Las Vegas. So it kind of does make sense, and also, you know, people may want to go down there to visit, and I know that gambling's a pretty big thing down there, so they may be doing that as well. But nevertheless, there are places where I think it makes sense, but still though, it's just overwhelmingly the majority. Gosh darn it. But nevertheless, it's still really cool, and you'll love to see it. Currently loading up right here, we have the Southwest Airlines 737-700 in the Canyon Blue livery with the Scimitar winglets. This guy's making the nonstop service today in from San Jose. This guy's going to have the continuing service today out to Los Angeles. All those flights are also going very well. Southwest with a really cool presence in California compared to some of the other airlines, and I'd love to get to see it right there. Last but certainly not least, we have this Southwest Airlines 737-800 MAX 8, excuse me. This guy's here making the non-stop service today. This guy's going to be coming in for us today from San Diego. I believe we have, I'm pretty sure. I keep getting it confused, and I even had a reference sheet, but unfortunately the reference sheet is on the table right now. But nevertheless, we're going to say this guy's coming in from San Diego. This guy's going to have the continuing service today out to Denver. I'm pretty sure we have San Diego, and if not, San Jose will be the substitute, because I know for sure we have that because I remember seeing it. Currently loading up right here, this is gate Bravo 9. It's the Spirit NKS Airbus A320neo. This guy's currently making the non-stop once daily service out to Las Vegas Harry Reid International Airport. That service has been going really well here out of Reno. Like I said, various airlines flying on that. We got Frontier and Allegiant also complementing Spirit and Southwest. So I'd love to get to see all the variety we get to see there, and it's honestly a fantastic route here at Reno. So like I said, this guy's out to Las Vegas. Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-700 in the Heart livery with the Scimitar winglets is currently taxiing out for departure. I believe this guy's going to be heading over to the runway 34 left for his departure today. This guy's making the nonstop service today. This guy came in earlier today from San Jose. This guy's going to have the continuing service today. Let's see if I'm missing anywhere. I know there's going to be one destination that's on tip of my tongue that I forgot. Trying to think if I'm missing any. I'm sorry, guys. I should have this already all lined out. We'll just say that he's doing another flight to Las Vegas. It's pretty realistic. So Dallas, I think, is seasonal. I would have said that. So, and I think we might have Houston. So send to whichever one you want. I'll give you guys the choice, because Southwest has plenty of destinations here at Reno for you guys to utilize. Currently loading up right here, we have the Delta Airlines Boeing 737-900ER. This guy's making the one of 3 daily services up to Salt Lake City, Utah. Another very consistent service here at Reno, and a very good one for Delta as they connect various passengers on. Not sure what's going on with Atlanta, Minneapolis, and Seattle. Hopefully we'll be seeing those back at a later time, but for the moment it's just this service. And in addition to that service, we have the Delta connection. I hate that camera, I'm sorry guys. Embraer ERJ-170 filling in for SkyWest. Embraer ERJ-175 with the nonstop service. Let's get that camera fixed. Out to Los Angeles. This has been a really good service here at Reno, and they've done a fantastic job integrating that. Hopefully Americans will be coming back soon, but nevertheless, Delta's continues to go super strong 3 times a day. And again, you'd love to see it here for RNO. Here we have the JetBlue Airbus A320 in the high-rise tail. This guy's currently loading up and getting ready to push back after the fuel truck pulls away. This guy's making a non-stop service today out to New York John F. Kennedy International Airport, and this guy came in earlier today from Los Angeles. Both those routes are also been very good here at Reno for JetBlue. Been glad to see them going super strong, especially on that service to New York, and I've loved to get to see that. So very pleased with that. I'm really glad to see that that's going well for those guys. Taxiing out for departure following the Southwest is the Cessna 172. This guy's going to be making a local flight around the area. Reno's a beautiful place to do some flying around the area, and you'll love to get to see this here for the Cessna. It looks like he's going to be going to do some pattern work at the Lake Tahoe airport, which is very cool. South Lake Tahoe, I believe. So you'll love to get to see that right there as well. Taxiing out for departure following those two, number 3 in line, is this ExoJet. It says Citation X. This guy's taxiing out for a nonstop flight today out to San Diego's Lindbergh Field. This guy made a long flight in from Kalamazoo, Michigan earlier today. So very interesting flight right there. But hey, you love to get to see ExoJet in these GA aircraft making some very unique routes. So love to get to see right here, and we'll transition into Terminal C. Alrighty, everybody, here we go with the United Airlines section. As you guys can see, we have various aircraft over here making up this fantastic section, so let's get into it. So let's use quite a bit of zoom here as we zoom into that United Express Bombardier CRJ-200 on the behalf of SkyWest Airlines. This guy's currently making the nonstop service today and from the Los Angeles International Airport, and we'll be heading back out there. Pretty consistent service there on that CRJ-200, but I'm glad that it's still here no matter what. So really glad to get to see that right there, and that's a fantastic service here at the airport for us. Currently loading up right here at the gate, we have the, just getting the lens fixed. I hope Apple works on that because as you guys can tell, it's slightly annoying. But we have the United Airlines Boeing 737-700 in the Continental Globe colors. This guy's heading out to Houston today on the turnaround. That is a once daily service and a very good one. Very glad to see Houston remaining very strong. Unfortunately, we are without Chicago right now, which I hope to see that service return in the future. But I am glad that we're with Houston, as I think that's a really good destination here out of Reno for United. So glad to get to see this guy's heading out to Houston today. I was hoping that was going to autofocus for me, but I'm all good with it. Loading up right here, we have the United Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the Evo Blue livery. This guy's going to be making that nonstop service today out to the Denver International Airport, DIA. One of my favorite airports out there, and I'm very glad to see this aircraft making it out to Denver today. That is a 3 daily mainline service, and I'm glad to get to see all those passengers making it over to Denver because that is a great airport for both connecting travelers and anybody looking to explore the awesome Colorado region. It is a really beautiful place. So much amazing scenery and really a very unique landscape and just a really cool location in general, so I'd highly recommend visiting Denver if you get an opportunity. Loading up right here, we have the American Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the normal delivery with the blended winglets. I'm very excited for that new NG model is released. This guy's kind of making the nonstop service today at the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. That has been another very consistent service here. I believe it's 3 or 4 times a day on the Boeing 737, so very cool to get to see, and I'm not going to complain about the consistency. You love to get to see it right there, and it really works well for them, so I'm very pleased to get to see that right there. Little intermission right here for this UPS Boeing 757-200. This guy's currently waiting for an engine replacement to come in. Now, at the time of this video, I currently do not have any super glue and haven't got an opportunity to go to the store to get some, so I'm kind of making a hypothetical situation that the engine went bad on this aircraft and it needs a new one. So I'm looking for a new General Electric part with the engine. I'm forgetting which ones these are. So he's currently waiting for an engine, and he is idle here on the ramp until one shows up. So hopefully he'll be getting a new engine soon. Currently taxiing in right here, we have the Air National Guard for Nevada C-130. This guy's currently making that nonstop service with the lens that I'm trying to get to work. Oh well, I suppose. This guy's currently making the training flight around the area, which is pretty typical. So I'm glad to get to see this in here today, and it is a beautiful airplane, as you guys can see. They have a ramp over there on the south side of the terminal. I believe it's south. It should be south. So glad to get to see that right there. And like I said, this guy's currently taxiing in after making a flight around the area. So that's very nice to get to see right there. I want to try to get my lens to work here, but it is not very cooperative, so I am super sorry. There we go. Currently loading up right here, we have the American Eagle Umbrella ERJ-175. Also, guys, I'm trying to get some different views because I know I try to get the best lighting side of the aircraft. So for some of these corner gates, I try to get some different views, so that's why I'm doing this right here. But nevertheless, this American Eagle Umbrella ERJ-175 on behalf of Envoy Air is currently loading up with a nonstop service today out to the Austin Bertram International Airport. This service is up to double daily for December, which is very impressive. I was super impressed to get to see that, and I'm very excited to see it, as that means that Austin really picked up from where it was. When this started last year, I was really, I'm not going to use the word skeptical, but I was a little nervous for its performance, and luckily they have proved me very wrong, as American has found ways to utilize the route for connecting and leisure travel. It is the only current nonstop flight to Austin out of Reno right now, which is pretty interesting, as Allegiant currently has theirs, I guess, suspended. I'm not sure what the proper term would be. And I'm also very surprised Southwest doesn't have that route either. So American really capitalizing on plenty of demand there, and I'm glad to get to see them doing super well on that route with plenty of traffic. So glad to see American doing well. Like I said, this guy's out to Austin on one of 2 daily services. I believe one overnights and one comes in during the day in the mid-afternoon. So that's awesome to get to see right there. Loading up right here, we have the Allegiant Air Airbus A319 in the Travel Czar delivery. This is the Aero Classics release from 2021. I'm glad to have it as I flew this exact aircraft. I believe it's November 302, November Victor, which is a very cool aircraft, and I'm super glad to have it. This guy's making the one of 2 weekly services out to the Las Vegas Harry Reid International Airport as well. Las Vegas is a very popular destination, as you guys will see throughout today's airport update, and this is no exception to the rule. Allegiant is here. No service to Austin, like I said, but they are going strong with that service over to Las Vegas. So I'm glad to see that, and they continue to do pretty well here out of Reno. Loading up right here, we have the Frontier Airbus A320neo. This is Poppy the Prairie Dog with that non-stop flight today out to slipped my mind, I'm sorry guys. Las Vegas as well, Harry Reid International Airport. Denver has been took off the wiki and I haven't seen it, so I'm assuming that that might be done. I need to check the website for some more detailed information on that. But nevertheless, I'm still very glad to see them going strong with Las Vegas. Frontier's kind of migrating out of Denver a little bit. Southwest picking up some of the routes, excuse me, super sorry about that guys. Southwest picking up some of those routes, and Denver is kind of a hard market right now for low-cost carriers like Frontier, although Southwest has been performing very well. So I don't know if it's a lack of space or why they're exactly pulling some of the routes like Tulsa and Reno, for instance. I think it was Albuquerque. That was another one that was not on there right now. So I don't know what the deal is, but if anybody knows, please comment below. I'd be very interested to know what the current Frontier situation in Denver is, because it's very unfortunate. I would like to get to see them add some more routes there because it's truly a really nice place. But nevertheless, like I said, this guy's out to Las Vegas today. Panning up to the current aircraft, as we can see right there, we have the American Airlines 737-800 in the Astrojet livery. Very glad to have this one in here. I don't know how many times I've had it in Reno. It's not been a many, if so. But nevertheless, this guy's currently loading up with a nonstop service today out to Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. This has been another backbone route for Americans. Currently, I think 3 daily 737s, which is pretty interesting to see American meshing those aircraft there with the balance between all the 737s rather than Airbus mainline aircraft. So that's pretty interesting, or even regional jets for that. So really interesting history behind this route. Gosh darn, I cannot talk today, guys. I'm so sorry. Really interesting history behind this route, as I'm sure America West probably started this sometime in the 90s would be my guess. Then US Airways picked it up. America West probably had Las Vegas too, but I'm sure US Airways discontinued that at a later time. Which I'm sure Las Vegas was probably pretty popular. They probably kept that around for a while. If I had to guess, I'd have to go do a deep dive to figure out that answer. And then American obviously took it over with the merger, and they have done a really good job with it. So glad to see them competing well against Southwest. And again, you love to see it. Loading up right there, we have the Volaris Airbus A320neo with the purple engines. This guy's currently making the one of 5 weekly service up to Guadalajara in Mexico. This has been a very popular route here, and I think it's been really going well. And when I talk about the announcement here towards the end of the video about what's going on with Reno, I think that it's definitely possible to see more airlines like Volaris give Reno a shot. So very excited to see who those will be, but for the moment, we have Volaris with the Guadalajara service. Last but certainly not least, we have 2 Alaska aircraft today. These are both new models for Reno, which I'm very excited about. On the bottom of your screen, you're going to find the 2022 Embraer ERJS-175 on the behalf of SkyWest Airlines. This guy's kind of making nonstop service today in from Portland, Oregon, and we'll be heading back out there. Glad to see Portland going well. That's 3 daily services, and as of for Los Angeles, I think that's suspended for at least the moment, but I'm sure it'll be back probably during peak time. So glad to see that going well. Like I said, this guy's currently out to Portland on turnaround for Horizon, excuse me, not SkyWest. Last but certainly not least, here at the gate, we have the absolutely beautiful and one of my new favorite models, Alaska Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 9 in the West Coast Wonders livery, making that nonstop service today out to Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. We've been seeing MAXs, 739s, 738s, all kinds of flights here to Reno with Alaska, so I'm glad to get the MAX 9 here today. That is a stunning model by GeminiJets. They did a fantastic job on that one, and it is by far one of my favorite models. That mold is really hard to see some of the defects because of how cool the livery is, so that is one of the coolest things about that model is how good the livery is, really makes up for the mold situation. So still a really nice one. I think that mold's pretty solid. So glad to have it right there, and that model's fantastic. Let's pan it into some of the taxiing aircraft. So currently taxiing in right here, we have United Airlines Airbus E319, the Evo Blue livery. This guy's currently making that nonstop service today in from San Francisco International Airport. Another very popular route for them, as they're the only airline flying there, I believe, which is pretty interesting to think about, but that's pretty cool. So I definitely see opportunity for Alaska or Southwest would be very interesting on that route, but I see opportunity for them or really anybody that's interested in trying that. So definitely some unfulfilled demand there, I feel like. So as United's flying mainline, which is pretty impressive there. JSX Embraer ERJ-145 is currently loading up for a nonstop service today out to Orange County. This guy came in earlier today from Oakland, which is a very nice route right there. I would love to see a 135 Dallas Mavericks. I feel like that would be so cool. Or not the Mavericks livery Top Gun. I'm sorry, not Dallas Mavericks. I know it's NBA season, but that is not what the livery encompasses. So really cool to get to see this year, though, and hopefully we'll get that custom one day. Maybe. We're probably begging too much for that since there's no 135 mold in 400, but hey, what can I say? General Aviation's going strong over here with 2 BizJets, so we currently have a Challenge 300. This guy's making a local flight in from the area, which is a private aircraft. They were doing some testing there as why so. So this guy will continue out to Denver Centennial later today. And I don't know what happened there, but nevertheless, with the macro mode, I don't know why it keeps doing that. But here we have this Learjet 45. This guy's kind of making a non-stop service today. This guy came in earlier today from Albuquerque, and this guy's continuing today over to, I need to just get some more random cities engraved into my head, but we'll go with the Spokane International Airport. And last but certainly not least, we have our beautiful cargo section. Let's get some different views today. It's right here we have the FedEx Express Boeing 757-200 taxiing in after a non-stop service day in from Great Falls. This guy's going to be continuing today out to Portland. That's been a very popular service there for FedEx. They've done a great job, and I'm glad to get the 757 in here. This is one of my favorites, so glad to have this in here in today's airport update. Let's see if we can go with 0.5 for this one. There we go. A very unique perspective, but I'm loving to change it up here when we only have consistency to evaluate. We have the FedEx Express Boeing 767-300 freighter. This guy's currently making a non-stop service today in from Memphis, and we'll be heading back out there. Really cool to get the different angles on these aircraft. Really proves how far these iPhone cameras have come as of late, and I'm super glad to have this in my possession to be able to film these updates for you guys. So really glad to see that right there, but this guy's currently making that non-stop today in from Memphis. UPS Airbus A300 freighter is currently making the non-stop service today. A300s are pretty inconsistent at Reno. We'll say this guy's coming in from Sacramento I think it was MHR. I'm sorry, it's been a while since I've utilized that route. This guy's continuing today. I believe they have Omaha mix and match, so we'll say this guy's heading out to Omaha. And lastly, we have the DHL Boeing 737-800 freighter. This guy's going to make the non-stop service today for Aero Airways. This guy's coming in today from Phoenix, and will continue out to Los Angeles for us today. Alrighty, so that will do it for today's airport update portion, but I do want to give you guys some views here at what's going on at Reno because, man, there's some very exciting stuff going on. So really excited to talk about the More R&O project. I honestly did not know about this till recently, which is pretty interesting, but I'll go into a voiceover session to kind of describe some of this because there is quite a bit going on, and for the most accurate information at the time and also for a thorough assessment with some screen recordings and everything, I will do it as a voiceover. So I'll let you guys watch that right now.
Alrighty everybody, so of course, like I said, I'm going to be hopping in here to show you guys everything that you guys need to know because there's quite a lot going on here, and I want to show you guys all the details of it because it's a really big plan. Honestly, I am so sorry that I did not know about this, but unfortunately I just didn't know about it. So we have quite a bit to dive into here, and there are several movements going on at the Reno-Tahoe International Airport. First and foremost, want to give credit to the Reno Airport, the website, also Airport Technology for this article and the pictures that we'll reference here in a moment as well. But let's get into details. So we're going to start with a big general picture and kind of dive into some more details. I'll probably about 5 or 10 minutes or so because there's quite a bit going on, and this will impact us going into the future for our airport updates. So let's talk about it. So the Reno-Tahoe International Airport begins the $5 million expansion project, and this will involve at this current moment 2 brand new concourses with 28 brand new gates, which is very exciting. So this goes into all the details about it. Pretty much they're going to start doing it in phases, which I think is the best way to do it. So the first item that they're going to be taking care of is the ticketing hall is pretty dated and needs more room, so they're going to be spending $32 million to redo that, which will be very helpful with an expanded facility with new technology and art, which will be awesome for aesthetic purposes, along with just in general having enough room for everybody. So that's very exciting. We also will have additional this is, like I said, the big picture. That's the biggest movement going on right now, but following that, we're gonna have 2 brand new concourses that will have 28 brand new gates that will enhance the experience for airlines, attendants, staff, and passengers. So pretty much a complete makeover, and the mock-up pictures that we're about to take a look at are fantastic. So you guys will see why it's very exciting that they're redoing this. This isn't a normal redo. This is a pretty much from the ground up as well. It also appears that they're going to be upgrading roadways, construction of terminal entry and exits, and a remodeling of the terminal Mescon, along other works, which is very exciting. And this also is going to go along with a bunch of small little projects. So that's very exciting. Here's a more visual look at it. That was a pretty good article for the detail side of it, but here's a better look of it visually. So here's the current ticketing hall. So what they're going to do is redo the roads a little bit here to make it expand the ticketing hall area. I think there's going to be a graph of it somewhere on here. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, so here's what the pictures are looking like. This is their mock-up design. Looks very Nevada-like, which is really cool, or Western in general like, which is very cool. So wayfinding is going to be better, and just in general being able to move around. Restrooms will be had with along with new amenities. We'll have advanced travel technology, which probably means like scanning boarding passes and that sort of thing, and providing more space in natural light. Here's the mock-ups. I think they look fantastic. The architecture of the building looks really nice, as you guys can see, and I'm very excited for it. We'll have some more pictures of that as well, but pretty much just completely opening it up and giving some room to all passengers. We'll also have a loop road improvement, which is going to be helpful for safety, meeting the ADA requirements, along with just having more room in general and the infrastructure reconstructing the 6 lanes. So that'll be really nice. Here's the mock-up of that. This will just give more area to be able to walk around, so that's a really good move right there. Transportation center is also going to be, I believe this is going to be redone, I think is what they're doing here. I don't think this might not have been built yet, but nevertheless, this will be very helpful to get additional parking spaces, along with just more room in general, which has been something that Reno's needed for quite some time now. And then approximately in 2024, this is when the new concourse are going to be taking shape. So it's going to be obviously an improved experience. The pictures speak for themselves, but it's supposed to be about 28 new gates and updated technology along with more revenue. Here's what the mock-ups are looking like, and this is honestly just bomb. It is fantastic. This is probably the central part of the terminal where it breaks off into the piers. Here's a top down or a side looking into it view. Just a really great infrastructure and very unique. I love the design, and that's going to be a very unique roof concept. I'm really excited to see how they pull that off. So ultimately really good. Multiple pictures to be had here. Here's what the current facility looks like. They're looking to expand parking right here. Here's where the exit's going to come out. This is obviously the concourse right now, and they want to redevelop it more outwards, which they have plenty of room to do that. So that would be really nice, and additional gates, like I said. Here's the current facilities right now. Definitely a little bit dated, but they're working on that. Here's the new parking garage facility that we were talking about. We'll talk about that graph here in just a moment. Let me find some other ones. Here's the mock-up in the poster board. So it is concepts, but that is what they're planning to do. The ground transportation center would be very helpful right there. Very nice. There's some more pictures. There's where they were breaking ground the other day. That's why we were mentioning this. This is the current facility. I think this might be a mock-up, I'm not sure, but that looks too real not to be. So, but yeah, looks really good. Taking a look at anything else that stands out here, but we have some more actual information to go into here on the master plans themselves. Not seeing anything particular, but just the mock-ups are absolutely awesome. Okay, so here's the master plan itself. This is where I got all the master plans that we're going to take a look at with the phases. So they're looking to do it in multiple phases and projects. Project 1's going to encompass working on the ramp because the FAA has identified some issues with it. Well, not issues, but not as safe as what they would like it to be. So here's what they're going to look to do. They're looking to expand this right here, it appears, which I think will be really helpful right there. And that's supposed to be underway. That actually might have already got done, I apologize, but nevertheless, that is on the works. So that was master plan 1. Master plan 2 is another taxiway issue. So here's what we're talking about. That's got to be removed right there, and I think they already just got that done more recently. Okay, number 3, here's the ticketing hall improvements in more detail. Here's kind of the the technical blueprint side of it, which is kind of hard to understand, but as you can see, they're making some really good progress on that. Here's all the details that one would need to know about this. It's going to really help out, including 43% increase there for airline quarrying, 15-foot circulation halls, which will be great for airflow and just in general. We're going to have just, yeah, like it says, vending machines, touchless, higher ceilings, and yes, really good stuff. I'm glad that they're doing this. Is fantastic. The last master plan, of course, is the big expansion to the terminal. This has some really good details in it. This was done in 2018. Here's what they want to do, but I don't think they're going to be able to quite do this. They want to make an additional pier right here, which pretty much means the cargo area is going to be completely removed, and I'm not sure where they would take it, but here's the current facility right here. Here's the current piers. They want to make those block offs. I think this is for sure going to happen at this point, but they also want to make this extension off to the left. We'll see if they're able to do that. We also have some alternate plans, including the expansion with the new building in existing terminals, which is probably what's going to happen realistically, or something along the lines of this. New 2 piers with exact walking distances and dual lane taxis between the concourses too. Here's the alternate there for the 3 option as well. So all this stuff is really good, and I'd recommend looking into detail if you're looking for it. But I want to give you guys a really nice rundown here on all the expansions. It's truly fantastic what Reno is able to do right now, and I'm super excited to see what the future of the airport holds with these expansions. You most certainly will be expecting it to be covered in my airport updates, and I hope you guys are excited for more information to come. But thank you guys for checking out this segment. Really good stuff for Reno, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here.
So yeah, as you guys can see, the More RNO project is so cool. It's going to be so awesome to see those ticket counters expanded and the terminals completely renovated, and also just the infrastructure of the airport in general, from the roads and everything to all that they're doing. It is fantastic. I'm so excited for it. I hope you guys are as well. Very excited for that, and that should be fantastic. So going into some more detail on Reno, as you guys may have saw in that Tulsa November update and possibly the December update at this point, I will be getting a 3D printed terminal for Tulsa, and if you guys don't know, this is the Tulsa board and terminals. So what we'll be doing is we will be using that Tulsa terminal in matte. Even though it is meant for Tulsa, it's still very close to Reno, and it should give us a pretty accurate representation and pretty similar representation of what we're seeing. Just a couple of different gate situations, but we should be good to use that, so that should be awesome. And I'll be sure to adjust that a little bit and be sure to work with that to the best of my ability. So very excited for that, and I hope you guys are as well. It should be fantastic, and I'm super excited to see what that is all about. It should be awesome. I really hope you guys are excited for it, and like I said, Reno is coming along super well. I'm very glad to see all the progression. Ultimately, the airport's been doing super well, as you guys were able to see from the More RNO project, and just in general, so many great passenger numbers. 2022 was awesome at Reno. I kind of forgot to say that this is the last update, 2022, which is kind of crazy to think about, but time comes and goes, and as you guys know it goes super fast, so we have to enjoy it at every moment. In Reno, so awesome to have it for over 3 years now, and as you guys can see, we have some beautiful models to encompass that into this month's airport update. Sorry guys, I cannot talk today. I do not know what the problem is. I'm going to slow it down for the rest of the video and try to say every word normally, because I'm super tired of messing up, and I apologize, but what can I say? It's kind of one of those things. So with all that being said, that will do it for today's video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe, trust the process. Do you love and love what you do? My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon, as Redriveraviation is signing off.